Happy Friday. Hopefully my internet at home has been going crazy, so bear with me. Happy Friday. My name is Elke Feuer of K Writers, and I help writers reach their writing goals by providing them with easy to implement strategies. So for today's Write Tip, I'm going to share with you 10 books that changed my writing life. And these are books that either I continually refer to or that really impacted my writing life very early in my writing journey. So the first one is 2,000 to 10,000 words, How to Write Faster, Write Better, and More of What You Love by Rachel Aaron. This is a fantastic book with tips of how to teach you quick and easy ways to increase the amount of words that you write within your writing time. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of detail about it, but it really made an impact where it gave me really quick tips that I still use today to when I sit down to write, of how to really make the most of my writing session and really reach and write a lot more words. The second book is Writing Active Settings by Mary Buckham. I believe it's part of a 3-book series. I'm not big on descriptions, but I was writing my series about my island, and I really wanted to make sure that the Cayman Islands, which is where I'm from, and I really wanted to make sure that people really got a feel and a vibe for the place in the best way possible, and that I was describing it the best way. And her books really gave me some tips of how to really ground the readers into settings, and I'd never read a book like that detail about settings before, and it really helped me with writing about my island, because that was really important to me. The other book is, there's actually a couple of authors, and this is 3 and 4 that I'm going to share with you. The first one is Quick and Dirty Tips by, and I'm sure I'm butchering her name and I apologize, Mignon Fogarty. She is known for quick, dirty grammar tips. When I first started writing, grammar was not my strength, and I tried taking a lot of grammar classes online, and I just got so overwhelmed with all the rules and trying to remember them all. And I just found her books were really helpful, and I can refer back to them, and they just have some really quick tips with how to remember grammar rules. This one here is the Grammar Devotional, also by Mignon, and this has 1 grammar tip each week, like a devotional, and I just found it there. It's funny and just really helpful. 2, 3. The next 2 are by one of my favorite go-to authors for anything to do with writing, is K.M. Wayland, and they're about outlining your book. The first one really delves into questioning or getting you thinking about outlining how and your story, and really delving into it, and getting you thinking about how you can really utilize an outline to write your book. She also has some great feedback from other authors and how they do their outlining. That's her first one. The second one is this one, which has a companion workbook to it, which is phenomenal. And oops, I'm holding it upside down. Sorry, it's showing backwards. And the next one is Structuring Your Novel, Essential Keys for Writing an Outstanding Story. And she really goes into a lot of details and really helps you map out your outline in full detail. I mean, it's just an amazing book. If you are looking to outline your book, or if you enjoy outlining, like I'm always looking at books on how to better outline, improve my process of how I outline my book. Okay. This book here, when I first started out, planned to write, romantic suspense was not the genre I planned to write in. I just kind of stumbled into it by accident. So I had no idea how to write a mystery or even any of the rules or how to go about it. And this book really helped me a lot. Mystery Novel, or Writing and Selling Your Mystery Novel by Haley Efron. And it just has so many great tips, including how to develop your characters, everything, red herrings. It has, she has templates in here of how to, think about your story from start to finish, where to put things, how to develop, just everything to do with mystery writing. And this was a phenomenal help for me when I wrote my first book that was published, For the Love of Jazz. I wouldn't have been able to do it without this book. So that's that one. Another great book, this is actually not so much to do with writing, but more to do with publishing. Now, some of the things, I'm just going to say up front, some of the things in here, because the publishing industry is changing so dramatically, are outdated, but she still has some fantastic tips, and this really helped me, and it's called The Naked Truth About Self-Publishing, and it's by 10 New York bestselling authors, and it just really helped me to know how to set up everything to do with freelance, indie self-publishing that you can think of. It was just so helpful, from how to get started, everything, even within Amazon, all the tricks and tips, although like I said, Amazon is constantly changing, so is the publishing world, but there are still some really great tips in there for you guys who are thinking about self-publishing. This was also another really great book for me to do with self-publishing, and it's the Legal Handbook, and this is just a great tip. It's by Helen Sedgwick, and she's also not just a self-published author, but she's also a business attorney, and it just tells you basically how to set up your business, all the legal things that you need to consider, because even though you're self-publishing a book, in a way you're also becoming a business, and there's a lot of legal things that you need to consider, and this was extremely helpful to me with that. And last but certainly not least is my all-time favorite go-to every time I sit down to write, The Emotional Thesaurus by Angela Ackerman and Becca, I apologize Becca, I know I'm butchering your name here, Puglisi. I absolutely love this book, and I recommend it to everyone who's interested in writing, no matter what you are writing. And basically what it is, it's called The Emotional Thesaurus, A Writer's Guide to Character Expression. And it basically has, if you want to find a different way to describe confusion that your character's feeling, it talks about the physical signals, the definition, it talks about internal sensations, mental responses, cues for long-term and short-term confusion. It just has a different way that you can actually describe these emotions without just your standard, they were scared or trembling. I mean, it's just phenomenal, and really has helped me with how to express the emotions of my characters in unique and different ways. So I highly recommend you get this book. They have a whole series of other ones that are also on my list, but like I said, I decided to just go with this one because this, I believe, was the first one that they published, and it's still my #1 go-to book. So there you have it. My 10 favorite books, or my 10 books that impacted my writing life. I hope that these books are books that you will find helpful for yourself. If you have a book or books that have impacted your writing life, I'd love for you to share them in the comments and tell me what you loved about them and how they impacted your writing life. And I want to invite you to go ahead and take a peek at the K-Writers website, www.kwriters.com. I'll also put the link in the comments, but I've added a couple of new resources on there. We've got the Jumpstart Your Writing Roadmap, which are basically 5 easy to implement tips that get you started writing today. And then I've also got a new resource that I just added just this month, which is the Ultimate Writing Checklist Bundle. Now, basically, this will take you, this is a quick checklist. I'm a checklist fanatic. I love checklists. I find they just make it so easy. So I created this checklist so that whether you're writing your book, you're looking for story ideas, editing, whatever it is within the writing that you need in order to remember that you haven't missed anything, this checklist will guide you through all the things to consider when you were sitting down to write. It's more than that, but that's the simplest way for me to explain it. If you'd like to go, like I said, check it out on the website, www.kwriters.com. If you haven't already, I would appreciate if you could like the K-Writers page. If I am here every Friday at 12 o'clock, and if you'd like to watch more videos with more writing tips, I've got some exciting stuff coming up next year that I'm excited to share. So if you would like to watch those videos, please go ahead and like the page and follow it. And I just also want to say it's that time of the year. Christmas is in, wow, 3 days. So I just want to say happy holidays to everybody. And whether you're spending it alone or spending it with family, I hope you have a fantastic holiday. And I will see you, if not next Friday, depending on when that date follows, if not in the new year. So take care and happy Fridays.